For those people who are thinking we're in a recession, Formula D is not experiencing it. This is the second consecutive year of event-on-event growth across the board. Again, Kenny Moen, one of the Turbo by Garrett drivers, going to be leading first as the higher qualifying driver. You see him coming down, see what they initiate at. 74 miles an hour for Kenny Moen. Oh, Gushi hard on his door. Is there contact? There's definitely contact there. Staying hard on Moen. Looks like there may be some damage, not able to complete the run. We're going to have to look at that replay again.
Looks like Ken Gushi came in super aggressive on Kenny Moen, and maybe Kenny Moen might have had a mechanical failure. You see him slowly pulling off the track over there, but that might have caused Ken Gushi to come into the back of him and make contact.
Now the entry speeds were very similar to what we saw before, so it's not like Kenny Moen's going any slower here, but Ken Gushi has been faster, it seems, overall. Watching on this initiation, let's watch and see what we can figure out what's going on. Looks like very shallow angle from Gushi. And on that tandem, it looks like Kenny Moen was a little bit slower to rotate than maybe what Ken Gushi expected. So Ken went offline to try and avoid the contact. I know they made contact after Gushi took out a couple of clipping points right here. You can see that rear bumper on Kenny Moen moving.
Yeah, it looks like actually Kenny Moen might have been trying
both
to
bumpers
accelerate.
on the track.
Yeah, it looks like he was trying to accelerate away from Ken, but Ken maybe digging his car into the rear tire of Kenny Moen, not letting him get away.
So the judges are trying to discuss what happened and whose fault it might be. We will have one more matchup where Gushi will have an opportunity to lead, so interesting to see what happens.
Hey, just a reminder, please stay off the fence and don't throw anything on track. This is a safety happening hazard. If we neutralize you, we will remove you. Hey, no. Be a lot of damage. Hey, Jay. Please have some respect for the fans, drivers, and the fellow fans.
So they're going to be getting back to the start line.
And do not touch any of the gloves or any speakers.
Another look at the replay up here. Both drivers hard on the brakes. Gushi was definitely hard on the brakes longer. Again, it's kind of tricky to figure out whose fault it might be, especially from watching up here on the judges' tower. Both drivers will probably check over their cars with their crew, make sure everything's in one piece. I think Gushi is probably going to be considered at fault since he's the chase driver. It's up to the chase driver to dictate exactly where you are.
Is that a good music volume level? Is that a little lower for you?
So we're going to be going back to the start line with Ken Gushi leading this round. Again, they've been both entering right around 73, 74 miles an hour, so we'll see where the entry speed is here. Again, 73.8 miles an hour from Gushi, right on par with what we were expecting. Kenny Moen's going to be looking to close that gap, getting in tight with Gushi. Slowly reeling him in. Not quite on the door like the judges expect, but not too bad of a run either. Finishing with some Hankook and Falcon tire smoke across the finish line. We'll be going back to a replay. It'll be interesting to see who's at fault for that first race, first tandem. Ryan, how hard is it to adjust the speed of the car, you know, mid-drift, right after this transition like we're seeing in front of the judges?
There's a few techniques we use when we're driving if we need to choke up or slow down to not run into the lead car. Again, you saw Chris Forsberg using that left foot braking to slow his car down but stay on line. You can also use your hand brake and also just lifting off the throttle since the car is sideways, it slows down fairly quickly.
As we're seeing now here, Kenny Moen is given the win at the finish line. Again, Gushi getting a little bit too aggressive, and it's considered at fault for colliding with the lead car. So we've got